Welcome back to the Voice of Reason. My name is JM, Jeff John Mwanamzaledo. Remember to subscribe on our channel. This is the Voice of Reason Kenya. The Voice of Reason Kenya. Subscribe and please follow us. Welcome back, Daktari. This is the Voice of Reason again. We are continuing with the topic on fasting. Now, Daktari, before we took a break, we were discussing about the benefits, and kindly you can just continue with the benefits of fasting.
Thank you, Jeff. I think we discussed about the benefits of fasting in terms of the weight management.
Yes.
But I was also going to point out that when you fast and you're able to cleanse the body, and then you are able to live healthily, obviously there is a direct benefit in terms of medical expenses. A lot of us are spending a lot of money on physicians and medicine. There is also another benefit.
So in other words, you're saying that when we manage our weight through fasting, we'll not experience so many problems like we do experience, like diabetes, like hypertension.
Yes. Your visits to your physician or hospital,
they will reduce drastically.
They reduce. So there's a direct health benefit, and there is
the
a
financial
direct
implication.
cost benefit.
Okay.
In addition to that, you'll find that you are getting better sleep. Your sleep patterns will improve.
Okay.
It's also a benefit in terms of the mood management. That is very good. And I think I also mentioned libido. It's a very important issue.
Please talk more about libido. That's a very important.
For both men and women, these days you find a lot of people who have that issue.
Yes.
And also when you cleanse your body, when you detox and you manage weight, you do intermittent fasting, you find all these positive attributes. So it's very important.
It's very interesting. It's very important, Daktari. When I tell you to repeat and address libido, it's very important for people out there to know. Because you know the African way of appreciating a healthy person. They consider a big man with a big stomach to be the most healthy person. I think it's important that you correlate libido benefits and weight loss, weight management.
Yes, thank you. I think you were also talking about the issue of how people associate maybe being fat and being big with the tummy,
being successful and wealthy.
With wealth.
Yes.
But I beg to say that obviously that now it's old school of thought.
Yes.
I think people now understand that you really don't need to walk around with the excess body fat, and obviously that excess body fat will also trigger a lot of adverse effects in the body, like we have said, on the bone structure, and also on the internal organs, and obviously it has a direct correlation with libido for both men and women, because no matter what happens is when you are libido, it's like you are carrying excess baggage on your body, so you find that you are likely to be devoid of enough energy, and libido and the activities related to sexuality for the body is sort of like a luxury. So the body will first of all give attention to the important things that matter. So it's like you may not have that reserve energy. So basically what we are saying is that fasting, whether intermittent or extended fasting, because we did not talk about extended fasting. What we have talked about is intermittent fasting, which we are now looking at the 24-hour day cycle. You could also decide to have extended fasting periodically. I've personally done a 42-hour extended fasting.
How is that? How is that?
You just go for that period of time without eating. You do water. I do water, and
42 hours is almost 2 days.
No, it's about 2 days. It's about 2 days. And by the time you are coming out of it, obviously you come back slowly. When you start eating, when you have gone for an extended period of time without eating, and you're coming back, you introduce food gently and softer foods, and you can do that. For instance, maybe once a month. You can do that. People do that. So also you still find benefits with the extended fasting. But I particularly like the intermittent fasting because it does not disrupt you so much in terms of the daily routine. Because when you go for extended fasting, after the first 24 hours, you are not likely to be able to carry out a lot of physical activities.
Okay.
You'll be possibly seated somewhere or even lying down in bed. Now, it's also good to point out that there is wet fasting, where you are fasting and you are taking water.
Yes.
That is very advisable. There are some other schools of thought that also recommend that sometimes it's also good to go dry fasting.
Yes.
Obviously, people do this now for religious reasons. But in most cases, I would recommend water-based fasting. Now, who should not go under fasting?
Who?
There are people who have existing health conditions. You are possibly taking medications regularly, and those medications have to be accompanied
with food,
with food and drink.
Yes.
So obviously, you cannot remove them from the food completely. There are also other people who are either maybe you are preparing for surgery, or maybe you are recovering from
a surgery.
Then it's not advisable to go on fasting.
Okay.
And I think we have also pointed out, of course, it's not good to take infants on fasting. They need food, they need to grow. But for the rest of us, we should be able to do it, but also for very elderly people. You see, obviously, when you get older, your quantities of food you are eating go down.
They go down.
They go down. Sometimes you are not eating as much. So it's also good to weigh,
who the person is.
Those options. But for the majority of the people, particularly people who are struggling with weight conditions or other health conditions, it's something that we should be able to do. And like we point out, when you fast, you eat reasonably, you are likely to be eating healthy food. It's costing you less. And then, like we point out, in terms of your medical expenses or visits to the physician or hospital, you are saving. So it's something good for all of us.
I agree. I agree with you, Dr. I agree.
Yes.
Definitely, because so many Kenyans are struggling with weight, and you can see them all over. You look at a person and you just pity them. Personally, I have been a victim. And
you look better now.
I'm better. I'm better off. I think I've worked. I've worked out. I've also addressed my my food. Probably I've not really done fasting like you have explained. Maybe I'll even do better when I take it up. But it is a good thing for Kenyans and for the society. It's a very good thing for the society.
True. And what we recommend is that you should also accompany that fasting. At that period of time when you are eating, you should try and eat healthy.
Yes.
Of course, when you talk of healthy, it's whole, natural, and processed foods.
Whole, natural, and processed food. I think you should take a minute in explaining further what you mean by whole, natural, and processed food.
Whole, natural, and processed food is food which is in a condition like God provided.
Yes.
Because a lot of time these days we are eating foods that have gone through machines.
Or processed foods.
They are sifted. They are processed. They are pre-cooked.
Yes.
They are preserved with chemicals. They have, these kind of foods have a detrimental effect on our body. So eat whole natural foods.
Yes.
At the Healthy Living Center, where I am founder director, we have products also that will help you to cleanse and detox the body. So you are eating well, you are fasting, you are drinking enough water, and then we support your body with natural products made mostly from fruits that will help you to cleanse and detox the body. So when you do all that, you find that even for those people with chronic conditions that have not responded to treatment for a long time, you find that you find a lot of the improvement and a lot of benefit.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you give examples of foods that you would recommend that people turn to?
Yeah, absolutely. We need to consume a lot of vegetables. It's very important. The vegetables will provide you with necessary minerals, the vitamins, and the dietary fiber. And when we talk of vegetables, it's not just cabbage and sukuma wiki, or spinach. Try to diversify your uptake of vegetables as much as possible. And in a meal, in terms of the volume, I am looking at the equivalent of half of the serving. Basically, we advise people to eat as if they were diabetic. We are not praying that they be diabetic, but you eat as if you are diabetic to be prevented.
Would you want to tell us what diabetic people, how diabetic people
No. Basically, the diabetic people, you are advised to minimize on the amount of carbohydrates you are taking, and then you also advised to take whole carbohydrates, so that when you eat that food and it's in your digestive system, the conversion of the carbohydrate to sugar level It's slow.
This
is as opposed to fast and processed foods, where the sugar level in the bloodstream tend to surge very quickly. And now this brings us back to the issue of the insulin. When you eat that food and then there is so much sugar in your system, the pancreas goes to work. It's producing a lot of insulin, and then over time your body gets used to that high level of insulin. Other than the vegetables, also we recommend fruits. In terms of fruits, the most important thing here is also to diversify, and the frequency and the consistency. A lot of people sometimes, when they find the kind of fruit that they like, they will tend to overindulge.
They are stuck to it.
But the body is very smart.
Yes.
You see, however much volume you take, once the body has extracted the necessary nutrients it needs, the rest either will be excreted from the body, or deposited. It will be deposited in your body as fat,
and it becomes poisonous.
Yes. It's also advisable to have a reasonable portion of proteins, whether animal proteins or plant-based proteins. It's good to do that, and some fat also is very important. And obviously, what we have discussed, the water, very important.
Yeah. That brings me back to water.
Yes,
I remember you saying if you are taking the right water, you said water is important, but it has to be right water. Which is the right water? And can you talk about the waters that we are finding all over being sold, even on the roads and in the streets? Everybody is selling water, packed water. So address water.
And unfortunately, you will not be able to know the quality of the water by just looking at it, unless obviously it's discouraged and it has residue. But good water is what God provided us. Natural water, as you would obtain from spring water. But now what happens is a lot of water we are taking is contaminated with chemicals. If you look at in the countryside, for instance, there is a lot of chemicals on coffee farms, on tea farms.
Yes.
We are also, even when we do subsistence farming, things like maize and beans, we are also using a lot of fertilizers. So there's a lot of chemical fertilizers which gets now washed off by land of water into the rivers and underground. So it's really a very big challenge. But to the extent that you can, just try to ensure that the water that you're having is the best that you can obtain.
Yes.
It's advised to take a minimum of 2 liters of water per day. But the most important thing... 2
liters in terms of cups or glasses, you can break it down?
Just 2 liters. It's like maybe like 4 to 6 glasses, depending on the size of the glass.
Okay.
But most important, what I normally advise my patients at the Health Living Center is that start your day with water and end your day with water. It almost doesn't matter how much quantity you start your day with or end your day with, and in between, be consistent in terms of you have water to take continuously. Because normally what happens is, if you feed your body with a lot of water all at once, the body will respond as if it was your body, you are flooded somewhere, or you are drowning somewhere. So it will try now to remove as much water from the body as quickly as possible. But if you provide it with portions of water continuously, then the body will respond accordingly. So it's not advisable. I know some people would wake up in the morning and take a liter or 2 liters of water and think they have given their body enough supply for that day. But what will happen is you find that, of course, you go to urinate very frequently.
So in other words, what you are saying is that water should be taken
small, continuous portions.
Periodically, not just once.
Periodically. And even if you are traveling, I usually tell people, some people will avoid drinking water because maybe they are on the road, they are traveling. Basically what you do, if you are just sipping small quantities of water, you can go for a very long time without needing to go to the washroom. So it's very, very important. Because obviously there is an amount of water that your body loses through perspiration. Now, Daktari, we are winding up. And I would like you to tell the voice of reason. Maybe more about what you do at the center, the Living Center in Yeri, and you can tell us how to get you, and then we wait up. You can get us by calling the telephone number 0711 745 043. That is 0711 745 043. And you don't have to be sick or unwell to visit us. We also treat those people who want to cleanse and detox, and we emphasize more on preventive therapy. That is those things that you do to support your body to avoid being ill or sick, as opposed to treating and responding when already you are sick and you are trying to recover. So we have something for everybody at the Healthy Living Center. We believe in natural therapy, living right, and being happy as God intended us to be.
Thank you, Daktari. That has been a very, very good conversation. Karibu sana. I know we cannot exhaust everything now.
Yeah,
we'll be inviting you more and more to the Voice of Reason. Karibu sana, Daktari. So, viewers, this is the Voice of Reason. My name is JM, Jeff John Mwanamzaledo. Remember to subscribe on our channel, on our YouTube channel, at the Voice of Reason Kenya. The Voice of Reason Kenya. Till next time, bye-bye.